Hey guys, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So, for the last few months, I've been, dieting pretty hardcore and, kind of watching my weight. And one of the ways that I've done this is I have been avoiding simple carbs. Stuff like that's found in like, rice and bread and ice cream and sweets and cookies and all this other stuff. Um, and so the reason I'm doing this is to improve my health. Um, and so I love ice cream. I have such a sweet tooth, but I know that I have to stay away from ice cream for the sake of my body, for the sake of my health. The same way I'm avoiding ice cream and I'm avoiding certain foods for the sake of my health and my body, there are certain things that I need to avoid for the sake of my soul, and that's sins, right? And so just like we avoid certain things for our body, we have to avoid certain things for the health of our soul to make it better. And so we have to stay away from sins. So, you know, I'm just going to share one piece of advice that I've heard in terms of helping us stay away from sins. Because the fact of the matter is, sinning right nowadays is so easy. Like sinning, we want to live in a society where, the halal is easy and the haram is hard. But unfortunately, nowadays we live in a society where the haram is super easy, right? I mean, for example, this same phone that I'm using to record this video on, you can use this exact same phone to watch something that's filthy, right? It's so easy. It's not like I have to do multiple steps or anything like that. I can pull it up immediately like that. And so that's what's so scary, is because sinning nowadays is so easy. So one piece of advice that I heard many years ago, probably more than a decade ago now, that I think is really awesome is staying busy. Staying busy is something that can help you avoid sins, because when you're doing things, when you're involved in other things, you just don't have time to sin. You don't have time to get caught up in these things. And so when you, like, if you have a whole bunch of free time on your hands that you're not using for good, then you get bored. You start, the shaitan starts playing with you, and you start having these thoughts. You start watching YouTube, and and then you know how we are when we watch YouTube. You click on one video and then another video and then another video, and all of a sudden you're watching a video of like a cat playing a piano, and or you could be watching something more sinister. And so one of the best pieces of advice that I need to implement myself is just staying busy for the sake of avoiding sins. I mean, one of the if we're making use of our time all the time and we're staying busy, you know it's a really cool feeling. And if you're staying active and you're staying and you're exhausted by the end of the day, you want to stay busy to the point where, and you want to be busy with good deeds. Obviously you want to, I mean, you're working in dunya, of course, career, job, studying, all that stuff, but you also want to be busy with akhirah stuff as well. And so a productive day for us would be, we're so productive during the day that by the time we lay down to sleep, the minute our head touches a pillow, we can knock out because of how exhausted we are, and then we're just going to do it all over again the next day. And so that way we don't have time for sinning. And that is one way. Just like we want to avoid ice cream for our body, we want to avoid these sins for our soul, for the health of our soul, so that we can do better in that regard. Sorry, I know I'm kind of all over the place with this video. I apologize. Reminder for me too, of course, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.